It's movie night with Will Devokees! With special guest, Nobody! Main theme by Here Come the Mummies! Music by Adam Clifton! And because he drew the short straw, here's your host, Mr. Will Devokees!
Hello there! This is your movie night. I'm Will Devokees. Feel naked without the pen. Thank you for tuning in. Some of you guys who are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you're somebody who watches the show religiously, hopefully not with Vaseline by your side, well, welcome back. We've missed you. The dog days of summer have come and gone, and we're slowly moving into fall, which means, well, pumpkin spice season, which I hate. We're actually going to have a somber show tonight, folks. We're losing one of our very own here at Movie Night.
I'm going to miss you, Will.
No, Albie.
I want to thank the Academy.
No, Albie, we're not
my
talking.
family, the old man on the corner of 7-Eleven.
Albie, we're not talking about you. We're talking about Ben Bostaff, a friend of mine I've known since high school.
Oh, thank God.
A man that I like to call my better half, and I don't really say that about men. Little thing about Ben. He works on the show for no pay. Well, he gets a little bit of money. When I decide to pay him money, I give him a couple bucks. But so far, he's been kind of directing the show. He kind of sets up things, and he edits the show, and he does a very good job. Past few episodes, he's done that. And, we made movies back in high school when we were young kids, and it's just this is a very special thing, And he's moving off to a place that is better than this. A place that has a 401k, benefits, and better pay. Some of the things that he's done here on the show, like I said, he's edited, he's done, he's helped shoot the show. He's glaring at me right now out of this side eye because he hates this.
Side eye, I'm looking into the monitor.
Side eye, because the monitor's on its side. He helps out with Adam Clifton and some other people that work on the show religiously. But it is going to be, it's going to suck losing him because he is one of the, I would say, the glue of the show. We've had our disagreements. We kind of argue like an old married couple at times. We just argued earlier on the car ride here about Daredevil and how I wanted it to look one way and how he wanted it to look one way. But those things I kind of cherish because, we're artists and we have different views. What I want to do right now is show you some of my favorite moments of Ben on the show. So, let's roll that clip. All right, well, we only had that clip. Ben, I wish you well. I wish you good luck with your future endeavors. This is not goodbye. This is just a see you later, and I'm sure we'll be working a lot in the future. This is not the first time you've left this whole thing and gone off and done your own thing. Whatever you do, I'm going to be extremely proud. You're very talented, and we're going to miss you dearly here at the show. So,
I'm mostly just going to be doing meth.
I'm extremely proud. Just make sure you do it right. So, there's just one thing I want to say to you, Ben, before you leave, and I said I wouldn't do this. These are your headlines!
This week's headlines are brought to you by Millsboro Music.
There's really not a whole heck of a lot to report on. Well, but these are your box office numbers. The New Mutants has arrived, bringing in $7 million in number one at the box office. Number two, Unhinged at $2.6 million. And in third place, SpongeBob, the movie, Sponge on the Run, brings in a shocking $604,000 in third place. So it's good to see now that we're opening back up that movie theaters are starting to, creep up a little bit. I think it's a cool thing because I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook. A lot of people are saying, hey, I haven't done this in close to 6 months now. It's finally good to get out and have a sense of normalcy, So keep supporting your local theaters. And you know what? If you've seen any of these movies, The New Mutants or Unhinged, I haven't seen them yet. Let us know. Let us know. Talk about it in the comments. Now for some news that nobody asked for. Resident Evil, the video game franchise that started back in 1996, which has spawned multiple sequels, along with a film franchise, books, toys, all kinds of merchandise because it's so damn popular. Well, they're now getting a Netflix show. Now, here's the synopsis of the show. The show will take place in New Raccoon City after a post-apocalyptic something. I'm guessing they're trying to tie it in with the movie franchise. And will revolve around an aging Albert Wesker and his two daughters as they, I guess, grow up in New Raccoon City and do whatever it is you do in New Raccoon City. Couldn't you have just, taken the pitch that I pitched you guys like 8 years ago about doing a show on fucking Outbreak? The Resident Evil Outbreak game series was for the PlayStation 2. It was an online multiplayer game that dealt with these characters trying to escape the city before Raccoon City blows up. If you know anything about the games, if not, I'm nerding out hardcore right now. That would make a better show than two kids wandering around whatever the fuck New Raccoon City is. And didn't Wesker die? Spoiler alert. Whether it's the film franchise or the games, I'm pretty sure that dude passed away unless he's a clone.
The films have no continuity.
This just feels like Stranger Things. It's almost like, hey, you know what's doing really good? The Stranger Things. You know why it's doing good? Children. We should have them riding bicycles around New Raccoon City and solving crime. What is this, Scooby-Doo but with Resident Evil? Look, I'm not going to say, I'm pretty sure the showrunners who are working on the show are working very, very hard given the material they have to work with, but I just think whatever we pitched back to you guys in 2012 was 10 times better than this garbage, and nobody's asking for it. Your fans are rallying against it. Now, the movies that are being done, the new set of movies, I think that director might do something really good. They're saying it's sticking closer to the games, but then again, they said that about the last few movies, and we all know how that turned out. Anyway, that's enough about Raccoon City and Resident Evil. I had a joke written about it, but trust me, they don't need my help with that. I want to stop and congratulate Rebel Wilson on her tremendous weight loss. She really did lose a lot of weight. Congratulations to you, girl. You looked beautiful before, but now you look absolutely stunning. So keep doing what you're doing, and it's actually, people who are struggling with weight loss or a little bit heavier, they're looking up to you right now. So keep doing your thing. You look great. Mulan may be available to Disney Plus subscribers. Yes, around December, it's being said that Mulan will be available. You won't have to pay the extra $30. It'll just come with your subscription service, which is what they should have done to begin with. But you know what? I get it. Mulan needs to make money, and how else are they going to make it? Here's a crazy idea. How about putting it back in the theaters? That would not only help out the theater owners who are struggling right now, but it might also help you out. Now, the movie actually does look really good. I do want to see it, but I'm not going to pay $30 extra to watch it. I just have no interest. It's a shame because I do like Disney movies, but $30 is kind of steep. So I'll wait till December to check it out, In the meantime, I will keep watching my favorite streaming platform, Shudder, which has all kinds of great horror films from the 70s all the way up to today. Independent, original movies, all kinds of stuff. Check it out if you haven't had it. It's like $50 a year. It's cheap. Plus, they have Joe Bob Briggs' new The Last Drive-In, which is really cool. He commentates and talks about movies, history, facts, and somebody's texting me. Where's the jar? I gotta pay.
Yeah, good job silencing your phone.
I gotta pay $5 for the jar.
Just put it in the Batman Forever cup.
Can I borrow $5?
I'll Venmo it to you.
Can you just... Oh my goodness. So if you do want to see Mulan but don't want to pay the $30 like me, which I don't think you really should have to, Disney, put it in theaters. Seriously, there are a lot of people struggling that are owning theaters right now who might not make that much money with Tenet. You never know. Here's another story that just makes me go, really? Why? In case you've been missing Mulder and Scully and the whole X-Files crew, well, continue to keep missing them because although they're making an animated series, Mulder and Scully will not be in it. Yes, they're making a new animated series. Chris Carter is executive producing it. It's going to be called X-Files Albuquerque, which is fitting because there's a lot of weird shit that happens in Albuquerque. Just check out Weird Al's song titled Albuquerque. Apparently, it's going to center around a wacky group of misfit X-File agents that get into a lot of trouble and take on cases that are just way too far out there for Mulder and Scully. They're too good for these cases. Again, this seems like another Scooby-Doo thing. They're going to go up and capture Bigfoot and let's see who he really is and rip off his mask, and it's going to be like Harvey Levin. Oh, I told you it was old man Finkelstein. All right, that's about it as far as news headlines go. There wasn't really a lot going on this week, so I'm going to hit you with a double dose of passing away in the news this week. We actually had quite a few. I just want to say R.I.P. to the Sun and Surf marquee, which fell during Hurricane Isaiah. That was a storm, right? I'm not messing up the name.
I have no idea.
It was during the hurricane we had here. It really, this marquee has been standing since like the 70s or maybe the late 60s. And it finally fell due to some heavy winds that came with the hurricane, which is kind of shocking. Gone but not forgotten. R.I.P. Sun and Surf marquee. Sun and Surf Theater is doing a drive-in, just so you know. Got to put that plug in there. You can get, because theaters are still closed here in Maryland, you can go and see a movie at the drive-in. They have it right behind the theater. You can go there and pay. It's per ticket. They're showing New Mutants as of this show, and I think they're going to be showing Bill and Ted next. Check it out. Really cool thing. Brings back the whole retro drive-in feel, and it's actually a lot of fun. And everybody I've seen there so far who's come to see it has had a good time. So check it out. Sun and Surf Cinemas, owned by the Fox Theater chain. It's in Ocean City, Maryland. Look it up on Google. I'm not giving you the address or the phone number. Are you kidding me? I don't have that memorized. 143 Coastal Highway, Ocean City, Maryland, 21842. No, I'm kidding. Passing away, Steven Spielberg's father, Arnold Spielberg, passed away of natural causes at 103. Now, I don't think he really had a lot to do in the industry. I might be wrong. I didn't really research Arnold that much. But because he is related to someone as prolific as Steven Spielberg, I just felt like it was worth mentioning. I honestly thought his father had come and gone years ago, but I'm a big fan of Spielberg. You know, everybody who grew up in the 80s and 90s.
You silence your phone?
Can I borrow another $5?
I didn't give you the first $5.
Was that you giving me $5?
No, I didn't actually do that.
I apologize, Mr. Spielberg, for interrupting your father's obituary reading. But, you know, R.I.P. Joe Ruby, co-creator of Scooby-Doo. The Scooby-Doo, it comes full circle. Scooby-Doo co-creator, passed away at 87 in 1969. Joe Ruby and Ken Spears created one of the coolest cartoon characters ever known to man. I mean, who would have come up with a dog that fights crime? Not just crime, but supernatural crime. Like, were they stoned? Dude, like,
personally, I like Minor 49er.
the bad guy?
Yeah.
I watched it, but I was never too into it. My favorite thing was they made a video game in PlayStation 2, and they had Don Knotts on it.
Did they?
It was like one of the last things he did. He's like, I'm a spooky ghost, look at me. And it was just Don Knotts. I'm pretty sure they were like, we have Don Knotts for a day. Can you come in and just kind of like say some weird shit? But you know the thing about Scooby-Doo that I like, and I think James Gunn kind of did this with his two films. A lot of people were kind of like going, oh, James Gunn, Scooby-Doo. I think the Scooby-Doo movies are great, and they're great. It's a great gateway if you want to introduce your kids to genre films. You know, a lot of people talk about that, you know, oh, I love horror, but I want to introduce my young kid to it. What are some gateway films to start them out? And Scooby-Doo is a very good thing to start them out, because one, it shows you that the good guy always wins. You don't want to go out and be like, hey kids, here's Cannibal Holocaust. I show it to my kids every spring, and every spring after that, they'll show theirs one day. But it's a... I don't know how. I don't know how to silence my phone. How do you do that?
Are you serious?
I'm almost done. Let me just get through this stretch. Nobody else will text me after this. Ding! So Joe Ruby passed away. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for Scooby-Doo. Linda Hamilton's twin sister, Leslie Hamilton Frias, passed away unexpectedly at 63. Now, she was Linda's stunt double for Terminator 2. Now, this is a pretty cool thing because she was like a local talent. Her and Linda Hamilton were from Salisbury, Maryland, right? Just right up the road from here. I used to work there. Kind of interesting. So, she passed away. Kathy Smith, the woman who injected John Belushi with, you know what? I'm not reading this story. All you have to know is that she died and she had a hand in killing John Belushi. All right. I saved this last obituary for last. When the news broke on this person, I didn't believe it. I had to go and research it on multiple sites. You know, it's one of those things that pops up in the middle of your Facebook feed when you're scrolling from We Got This Covered, a trusted news source. We lost the king, T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman passed away at age 43 after a 4-year-long battle with colon cancer. And, you know, I didn't know the man personally, but after, and here's another thing. I wanted to do a video. I wanted to do something called a news break that would, as soon as he died, I was going to come up and do this. And I felt like, you know what? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to do it on my show and do that because I don't want it to seem like I'm doing this just for the clicks or the views. Not like we get monetized anyway. He was a great actor, but he was a great man. And the thing I really respect about Chadwick is, can I call him Chad? Does he go by Chad?
Some people call him that knew him.
Not only did he play, not only did he play a superhero, he played like one of the best superheroes in my opinion. He played multiple historical figures, from Jackie Robinson to just 43 is too young, and 4 years battling. Cancer's a bitch. Everybody over the age of 25 to 30 should get tested for multiple different types of cancers, whether it's throat cancer, colon cancer, kidney cancer. You should be getting tested. And I know it's expensive, and I know it's scary, and you don't want to hear it, but if you catch it early, you know, you might have a fighting chance. Now, I'm not saying that it'll save you, but you might still make it through. I had no idea he was struggling with cancer. I think he kept it quiet from a lot of people, which is very noble of him, because he could have easily played that card of, hey, look, I'm dying, you know, feel sympathy, like most people do nowadays. They air their laundry all over in the internet and the news, and the fact that he was able to hide this from the news, or people who say they're news, TMZ, it's just sad. It's a very sad day, and seeing all these people come out and say all these very beautiful, touching things about him. He was a good man. Whether you don't agree with his political views or whatever, you can't disagree that he wasn't a good man, and he gave a lot of people, especially African American children, a hero to look up to in a time when they might not have had a hero. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't African American heroes out there. There are a ton of heroes. I'm not just talking about superheroes. But he played multiple heroes, not just Black Panther. So I want to say he's a legend in his own right, but we all know that. One of the most touching things I saw, when Black Panther first came out, I was working at a movie theater, and there was a kid that came in. I took a picture of him. Now, we're going to show the picture because, you know, he is covered. but he was wearing a Black Panther mask and gloves and the whole getup. And he said, I finally have a superhero that's just like me. Now, that is really cool in my opinion. But what does that say about what's going on around us? That a lot of African American kids don't really have a lot of people to look up to? Maybe, I don't know. But it was really cool that they actually had somebody that he could look up to and say this is his hero. So I made this tribute, and let's cut to it.
University of Maryland Law School was walking distance from home. They didn't accept colored, so I had to go to Howard. An hour and a half each way by bus and well known as a school for failures.
I never yielded! And as you can see, I am not dead!
Thanks.
In my culture, death is not the end.
Rest in peace, brother. Wakanda forever. Well, guys, let's take a quick beat for those who have fallen. Well, for those who have stuck around, thank you for watching the whole show, all 5 of you. Ben is leaving. This is his last show. If you're watching the show and you're commenting, just leave a comment. Hey, wish Ben well. Goodbye, Ben. Take care. You know, I'm sure he will appreciate that. He does read the comments on occasion. And this is his final send-off. I made this video for Ben. And this is something that I wish I had more time to create and wish we had better quality stuff. A lot of the stuff that we made in high school is very old. So excuse that. He's, again, looking at me with the side-eye. He's like, he won't even look at me at this point. But Ben has been a very good friend. I will miss him dearly. And this is just a little insight of how much fun we've had over the years. Well, I've had fun. He's actually scolding and yelling at me half the time. So, take a look. Look what we got here, Ben. Zebra cakes.
Who?
We're rolling. And action. Whenever you're ready, sir.
I know you gentlemen have been through a lot. But if you could find the time, I'd rather not spend the rest of this bake sale tied to this fucking couch!
You know I'm gonna come visit, still help with the show, right?
Despite popular belief, Ben is not dead.
Quit telling people I'm dying!
I didn't say you were dying. Oh my gosh. Ben, thank you very much. Good luck with everything that you're going to be doing. I don't want to give away too much because I don't want people stalking you. You know what? I'm feeling good. You know what I feel like doing? I just want to dance, dance, dance. Trademark by Craig Kilborn. I can't do it.
You didn't trademark dancing. Is this some kind of like weird Footloose sequel?
You mean we can actually do it?
No one can dance because Craig Kilborn trademarked it.
Footloose 2. Fine, then let's do it. Let's dance, dance, dance. I'm doing it in my head.
Oh, okay. I don't know what music sounds like.
We need more dancing room. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to Movie Night. This is Will Devokees again signing off. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to say goodbye to Ben again. And you know what? Keep being creative. Keep doing what you're doing. Never give up. Unless you're trying to like murder a bunch of people, then fucking stop that shit. We don't need any more of that. It's enough.
Or if you're trying to make
No more going out to protesters and shooting them with a fucking rifle. We don't need that shit. Jesus. Good night, goodbye, take care. This is your Martini Shot. I'll see you guys next week. I'm empty! Oh, I'm taking that painting. Watch me.